Hi guys, welcome to the video on the chapter Outcomes of Democracy. Now, we all feel democracy is very good in principle. It should be the way every country should be run, and it is the way everything around us should be decided through the decisions by the public. But it looks good in principle, but we have felt that there are a lot of bad things around in democracy. There is a lot of problems associated with democracy in implementing it. So, if we look at it, the various options, we can have a report card of the democracy in its whole. So, what can we expect from democracy? The first thing that we would expect from democracy is that there should be accountability. As democracy, the people who have voted those people, they should be accountable to us. They should be responsive. They should be legitimate. There should be economic growth and development. There should be reduction of inequality. There should be accommodation of diversity and dignity and freedom to citizens. So this is some of the bases on which we should judge a democracy. We should judge how democracy works. So let's see the report card of democracy. Since democracy was introduced in the world by UK. Now, let's look at it one by one. So the first thing is accountability. So democracy here has showed a mixed record because we all feel that there has been great success, of course. We have had free elections, but politically we have had very good success. But the important thing is that it has fallen short of providing a fair chance to everyone. We know for sure that not everyone is getting a free chance to become a politician. They cannot win an election on their own. So, fair chance is not provided to them. And hence, public debates have sometimes become irrelevant because only the people in power know what to do and how to do it. So, this is the problem with democracy, the problem of fair chance. But still it has worked better than most other ideologies, most other alternatives. So you will see that whatever the alternative is there for non-democratic regimes, it is always better to have a democracy for accountability. Then to discuss about responsiveness. So you will see that sometimes you have felt that they are not as attentive to the needs and demands of the people, and it has frustrated a lot of people because they feel that once they are elected, they stop responding and they only come to your doors just to ask for votes for the elections. So they have ignored the demands of the majority because they want to please the minorities as well. And definitely there have been cases of corruption as well. But again, comparing it with non-democratic regimes and non-democratic countries, you will see that this has always been less corrupt and it has always been more sensitive to people. So people are respected, people are responded to. It's just that it may not be as much as we expect them to be. Then we have legitimacy. So you will see that on this standard, democracy is considered to be people's own government. Hence, we can say that here it has performed really well without much complaints because people wish to be ruled by leaders selected by them, and that is the essence of democracy. Democracy is best suitable to their country because they are the ones selecting their political leaders. Now let's discuss economic growth. So sometimes it is felt that inequality has not been reduced. The rich is becoming richer, the poor is becoming poorer. So in fact, dictatorships have had slightly higher rate of economic growth. If you see the case of North Korea, there have been cases of China as well, where a non-democratic party has been in power for a long time, and the economic growth of China is there for everyone to see. But the difference is negligible. India itself is growing very fast, and if there is negligible difference, then of course it is better to prefer the democracy because of all its other positive values. Now, the reduction of inequality, as we discussed, sometimes we feel that democracy has not led to economic inequality, but has only led to political equality. So people have been, one person, one vote is there for everyone, but the rich is getting richer and the poor is getting poorer. So ultra rich is becoming, the income is increasing, and the ones at the bottom, there is it decreasing. And it is difficult for poor to even meet basic needs, so they are dependent on the rich again. They are dependent on the welfare schemes. But if you look at it in everything, that poor countries are there in non-democratic regimes as well. Poor people have been in non-democratic regimes as well. And if you compare it, you will not see much of a difference. Because you will see that poverty is prevalent almost everywhere in non-democratic regimes as well as democratic regimes, and it is not about the type of political setup, it is about the social setup in its whole. Now let's look at the accommodation. Here democracy wins without any problem, because in democracy the essence of democracy is accommodating, like in the case of Belgium. So democracy is best suited to respect and handle social differences and conflicts. So two conditions are necessary in this case. First of all, the majority should work with the minority. They should not feel that they are the majority and they should be the ones deciding everything in the country. And another thing is, rule by a majority should not necessarily mean that it is ruled by majority community. Just because there is one majority community does not mean they decide everything. The majority here means majority of ideology, majority of how to implement the policies. So there should not be in terms of religion, race or language majorities. There should be, but it should not be that they are the ones making the decisions. So there should be different persons and every opinion should be counted for. Now, let's look at the freedom for people. So you will see that democracy in itself stands for the freedom, stands for various rights of the people, and in fact, just the fact that we are complaining creates a situation that democracy is giving right to people to speak up. So you will see that long struggles by women have been led and equal treatment to women. So any social movement that has been created, democracies are the first to support them instead of bringing them down. So democracy in India has strengthened the claims of discriminated caste. So you will see that the caste structure has been tried to be broken down by the democracy in itself. So by giving equal status to them and opportunity to them. So here also democracy wins without any doubt. Now, seeing all the entire report card, the conclusion we can draw is that democracy has stood the test, it has won the test, it is best form of political setup, and the fact that we are complaining, people are complaining, is a testimony to democracy, to the success of democracy, because people are given the right to complain. They can complain if they don't like the government, they can complain if they don't like the implementation of the policies. So it is the educational setup in a democracy that has developed awareness in people and critical evaluation is done. So this was all about the democracy in its own. Thank you so much.